There's pick and ban. We have a Malphite. IG are standing on playoff store. They want to win this series so badly. TT is sitting there at home going, BLG, come on. One more is all it takes. And in their way is a rock-solid human being up in the top lane.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing it time and time again, right? The Malphite brought out into the Kennen specifically here in the LPL. You know, trying to get the Snake easy. Oh, we're
live.
Yeah.
Are we live?
Right.
Are we live? We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. We are live, and we are proud to be live.
True. I was at first kind of internally molding that you just opted out of the break. I'm like, I kind of, break.
You wanted that, right? Didn't you?
It would have been nice, but
you wanted that,
you know, if we can be live, we take those. We absolutely take those, as we see here. I mean, BLG once again, kind of running this composition with multiple threats. You have backline access. You saw that it's always going to be relevant in terms of like what a Kennen can do if it's able to get on your backline. You have a lot of mobility to be able to follow up and try and play off your sides with the Weaver's Wall, as well as Shun on the Lee Sin. So we'll see how they pilot this, but shouldn't be too different from game one. I guess Yagao's role is the one that is in stark contrast, because Dove is actually taking that with him going to be on the LeBlanc. So we need to see him putting up pressure in mid lane. Especially post 6, being able to jump in once you have that Mimic available can do a lot. Then be able to link up and I think really start getting ahead your AD carry, because on last game was the saving grace. He was the hope for IG, and he showed, especially in that one team fight, that even when he's by himself, he can deliver.
Very, very true. Dove getting the, I'd say, the better trade in the end over Yagao at level 1 here is good dread line on hitting that. That's a good little hook onto Arn. Elk does pop the ghost, but there's an exhaust in response. Arn even burning the summoner there. Advantage BLG for the summoner trade.
Here's the real question. Who is named on first?
That's a good question. Well, On was, what was On's name before On?
It was, Owo.
There's yours. Oh, it was Owo. We could have literally had Owo or bloody... There was someone else called Uwu. There was 100% an Uwu player who also name changed in the LPL or LDL scene. But I don't know why you changed from Owo. Like, this is the best name. What? What is that mechanic? BLG going in for that engage, though. Arn and Wink are level 2, so they might need to back off. But the lollipopping, man, I think I'm at a bloody lolly fair.
Yeah, still defined it, but not going to be exactly what they wanted, like you said. And going back to the last one real quick, the saddest thing is he changed On right when he became a starter, so we never got the cast. Oh, whoa. We only got the cast launch. Isn't the same.
Dude.
But wait. Look what is the same. Topside ganks. We love topside ganks.
We do indeed. And guess what? It's going to be matched here. Dove actually going to help out Neny. Level 3, the Malphite flashes away. Shun is between the minion wave, but a Sonic Wave still connects. Under turret, though. Bin getting autoed once. Dove just needs to find the next one. Chain. Oh, Fleetwood Mac warned us about this, but still. Dove will find the kill in response as Shun gets out of there alive. TP here to get the rest of the wave.
Yeah. Ends up going down. So 1 for 1 in the end. Like you said, Neny luckily not going to miss out on too much. Still missed out on a little bit. You can already see Bin building up a big advantage for himself. Picking the Malphite, right? It's a lot more what you can do once you get a few levels under your belt. Kind of just ignore the lane, walk up to minions, hit the E, and then, you know, provide a lot in those team fights with your ulti once it's time for those big 5v5s. So we can already see for BLG, though, a bit of a change-up from last game. Wanting to put more resources and make sure that Bin becomes a threat that has to be worried about much earlier in the game, because with how many kills were allocated up towards topside from IG, it just meant that we didn't get to like 2-3 items from the Kennen until so long. On
has to flash away. He doesn't have the ghost available. Arn's in a lot of trouble here. BLG's 2v2. I mean, On is just getting revenge for the last game. Wink is going to be ordered to death as well. A 2-0 Zeri IG. If you want to go to playoffs, this ain't how you start.
On absolutely pissed that someone took his name, and he's, you know, he's committed. He's committed to taking down this person he sees as an absolute fraud. Able to connect the hooks this time, and yeah, just doing a lot to leverage and set Elk up. And you know, we haven't talked much about BLG as a team and like their identity, but I feel like they've pivoted well to being able to enable all of their key players, because even though we don't call BLG a super team, because I feel like in comparison to like the names that JDG picked up, you just really can't. They picked up a squad of people who were either like best on their team in lower teams, or players who were still like top 3, top 4 in their role. Yagao coming off his best split, honestly, ever from 2022 summer. Bin, always a force to be reckoned with. Elk and Shun, best players on kind of bad teams. So this is a team that I think has a lot of talent and have done a good job of being able to enable and play these compositions that have 3 carry threats. But at the end of the day, Elk is still the biggest damage dealer on the squad and the one set up for the most success.
That late game insurance AD carry. One we talk about a lot in the LPL was Viper, who got similar treatment on EDG. That's what we said is Gideon's coming in. There's going to be a 3v3, maybe 4v3 in the bottom lane. Great Weaver's wall sections off Arn, who has no summoners. This is getting dicey fast.
And it just looks like BLG, after the shaky game 1, wanting to show us a much more stable performance this time around. Already almost bringing a gold lead. First dragon's going to be picked up. And we're going to see here, minion goes down, hook comes out, able to get the passive in there to be able to make sure he's locked out for a bit longer, get more damage out, and then they just run down the bot lane of IG. Stuff like this too, like Elk and On, able to do it by themselves. Because when you look at things like jungle proximity, they actually don't have an incredibly high jungle proximity. A lot of the time, you see Shun giving early attention to top. Actually the highest top jungle proximity in the game, but bot lane not only like very self-sufficient, but still given like the space, given the vision, knows what they need.
Wink has to be a little bit careful here. Dredge line is up and available, but against Rakan, it looks like a hard task. Is claiming Quill for a bit of sustain. Waiting for On yet again to just throw out one of those brilliant hooks. He had a game 1 of getting caught out consistently, and it looks like he's kind of proving himself once again. I want to say, if we're speaking about great names, Lyric, Naruto in the LDL still exists as, hang on a minute, Wink walked up to this Dredge line, going to be hit by the AD carry. Wink has to go in to save his AD. Arn now to try and 1v2 with the Shuriken. Can he do it? Oh, he can, but he kills Elk, because Elk kills him yet again. These ADs faced off, but Lyric, look at the wave, and Elk also getting a kill again.
Yeah, so Wave's going to go in. That's going to be a bit denied coming out for On. He did get a small shutdown off the kill he just got onto Elk, but Elk getting another kill. I mean, yeah, you definitely still in favor of the BLG bot lane with what was able to come through there.
Hey, the crowd like, hey, attaboy. God, this is rough though. Let's be real as we look at this again.
Yeah, we're going to see this come out, wanting to just run them down. Wink, though, able to get the knock over the exhaust, doing so much to prevent the damage from Melt coming on through, and then Red-White being available to give a little bit of sustain, a bit more DPS, and turns into the kill going through. But like we saw there, right, more gold going over for On, it being offset by the fact that he did lose some minions since, you know, his evil twin was able to get the wave pushed in.
On's not even level 6 yet. He's down 10 CS. On is just looking for his 4th death right now, or rather Shun's going to find it for him. Level 6 against the wall. It's going to be easy as, but still buying some time. Sonic Wave doesn't connect though.
But
okay,
we've got a bit more time. Over.
And On just hits the hook again.
God
damn it. This guy on Nautilus this game is running amok.
They even gave time for On to get there to be able to take down On. A bit tragic. 1 and 4. A bit of a role reversal in terms of which one is getting targeted and focused down in these games. But a huge lead in bot, huge lead in jungle with the player gold right here. Like Elk being more than 1k gold up over On. Shun being almost 1k gold up.
Hang on, bit of a mistake. Elk does take some of the damage aggro. That was really nicely toggled by Elk to make sure that On doesn't die.
Look at the player cams though. Elk was smiling, Elk was laughing. They know what kind of position they're in.
True.
And now we're just looking at, I guess for IG, where do we use a Rift Herald? Where does Gideon get this gold placed down? I don't really think you could use it in bot. Like your bot lane just getting pushed in so heavily and punished so much. I guess maybe your best opportunity would be mid. You could see recalls coming out now. Maybe it's Dove and Wink coming back out onto the map. You send both of them mid. You send Gideon there as well and try to set up for that play.
What kind of crazy player doesn't take a skin on Malphite? Dude, there's so many good skins on Malphite. Surely Neny could have one. As who's gonna ulti this? Now Weaver's wall is coming through. Yagao's about to fly on in. All it takes is a shove against the wall, and Neny's in trouble. He has that unstoppable force available, but aggressively, defensively, how's it going to be used? He gets stunned up, doesn't even get to do it. He flashes. IG, they need this series to make playoffs, and Game 2 is looking even more doomed as On runs through and might be given something, and that's the off we know, as BLG are going to get caught with a trade here, but Bing just gets a lane to push in. Yagao hovers over. IG is still being forced to match every waking moment of BLG.
Look, and if you're watching this and you're wondering, IG are losing. Oh, wait, I'll pause. L can go in.
1v1. Gravity's going to be there. Are we going to kill each other yet again? Arn flashes in. No way! He dodges away from the last auto of L. Arn is fired up. He's pissed off.
The fact that L couldn't connect that damage was the difference maker in On being able to win out in the 1v1. I love these AD carries, man. They are not. I mean, they're not like the rest of their team.
Fight.
On
Again, do it again. Kite away from Dove. Seismic shove. Oh, Sonic Wave does connect, but Shun. Will he flash kick? Dove comes back in confidently. IG is still down 2,000 gold. Lyric, as we look at the replay here, this 1v1 and AD carry might be meaningful in the long con.
We're going to see again, Miss coming out, able to connect that one, turns into a Moonlight Vigil, the huge explosion from the shotgun. But again, a few of these missing on the back end is a difference maker. On kind of nice stepping. Look, I was watching like a competitive FPS game with him strafing back and forth.
Feels like it with these two AD carries going neck and neck. I mean, 6 deaths between them at 12 minutes. We've got 12 deaths at 12 minutes as well. I mean, this game might not be as bloodthirsty yet as the last one, but it is heading in that direction.
It's ramping up quickly.
It really is. And look, teams are trying to get proactive here as IG defend their bottom lane from Elk, getting any more of a push here. But they're gearing up for Dragon. One already picked up by BLG and Lyric. 4 members here as Dredge Line narrowly misses. BLG are going to start it off.
Going to see if IG even want to contest. Doesn't look like it. You can look at the mini-map and see Dove going for his reset. They aren't evened into it. So 2 Drakes now on the board for BLG. And I want to point out, even if you're an IG fan out there, if BLG wins, it is a win for everyone. It's a win for the common man, woman, anything else.
Child.
Pets, child, others,
donkey.
Every community in the world. Because it means TT's in playoffs. And everyone in the world is a fan of Thunder Talk Gaming. So, you know, even if IG has to be sacrificed in this series for TT to be confirmed, we take that.
Well, you do. Look, if IG don't win here, they're not going to be out, but things are still going to be very hard. As here we go again. Sonic Wave, kick back. Death number 5. We're going to find out. He got Severum to heal up. But depth charge just in case. Arn is getting bullied this game, and look, overstepping a bit here, it cost him again.
Once again punished. IG gonna try and punish on the opposite side, rearing up to get on top of Ben. Does have the Slicing Maelstrom. Flash also there, but with 4 members strong, I do not know how much that's gonna do.
All right, Ben against the turret. IG, are you gonna just make the move, or are we gonna sit here and dance all day?
They even had a window. They even had a window to go for it.
They
Decided
did.
not to. I guess they're too afraid of reinforcements already being close by to want to commit to the play. You know, thinking, oh, we'll get locked up by Slicing Maelstrom. There's going to be a ton of damage coming out from that. Essentially, we'll get here to show the Weaver's Wall play, and instead not to go for it. But now you're giving control over a second Herald. It feels like to BLG, getting top wave pushed in. Members here, some vision can come out. And even having things like the Slicing Maelstrom open means that these big 5v5 tools are online. And I don't think IG can even contend for this one.
Ooh, there's going to be a Weaver's Wall, though. Wink does go in to try and give Arn some space. Stretch line narrowly avoided. That's an ulti down. But Herald is still available for BLG as they push out mid. Lyric and moving back towards his top lane. Yet another objective for this team. And every time they don't get a kill, it's like, well, do IG get anything in response? The answer is no, because BLG are always trading up to spite it.
BLG could be able to further this gold lead more and more. And it's just, I mean, for IG, it's so weird because it's hard to talk about like what we should be looking for teams to do when it really feels like a large part of IG's success so far in this game has been devolving into chaos. Looking for a pick though.
Kill. No, they're going to find it, but Stretch Line gets him out. Instead, they flash on top of Elk. He gets over the wall, but the quickness matches. This intercept today is Shun, but they still haven't killed Elk. They used everything to kill this Zeri, but she survives after it all. IG cannot grab a break, and TT must be sitting at home, smiling from ear to ear. Here's rock solid Neny. Are you going to ult this game? Onto a Nautilus to get out. I tell you what, the skin was the first indication that something was wrong.
They're
Is
gonna
he
keep
dead?
going though.
Neny has to flash away. Sonic Wave was already used to get in. The Herald looking for a second charge. Successfully, it will find it. And BLG moved to close to a 5,000 gold lead at 15 minutes in the game. This is not looking good for Invictus Gaming fans. Their dream split, the split where they started off by beating teams like EDG, it's gone backwards.
This was so nice, though. Just watch Elk's movement. They go on top of him, knockup comes out, quickness comes out, it's not there, but the dash into the flash over the wall, and then Shun and On being heroes coming in to make sure that On can't finish off the kill, but having everything he needs, playing around that terrain so well, and then not giving Neny the opportunity to come in on a flank and try and set something up with a huge ultimate on the Malphite. So for IG, even in a world where they connect everything, right? Even where you get like a big Malphite ultimate into the quickness, into like a 5-man Moonlight Vigil with LeBlanc distorting on top of everyone, I don't even know if that will be enough to just outright burst down members on the opposing side just yet. And we're getting quicker and quicker to where, I mean, we can see now, like, things like the stopwatch being for Yagao. Just finished off his Leandries too, getting like more health light who won't go down, has things like the kick available to even like get people like wink away fold. And yeah, it is rough. Need to look for picks, but again, how do you start setting up for picks when you don't have map control? You kind of have to do what they did before, which is playing around these like weird pockets you expect BLG to walk through and give up pressure elsewhere.
Maybe utilize Neny a little bit more. His Unstoppable Force is almost up and available. That little pocket right there has a bit of vision on it. So IG maybe trying to gear up as Dragon spawns. This will be the third Dragon. It'll be BLG's start of an Infernal and lead them to Soul Point. IG, they move in, they're split up. Neny's here by himself. He knew that they were just mid. He saw them all on the way. Wink now by himself. Arns isolated too. IG, I think their split started like 6-0, 6-1. They were near top of the standings. 7-8, looking down the barrel of 7-9, where playoffs will be in the hands of someone else. As Dove gets locked down, make it end, they must be screaming, because they are getting schooled by BLG.
The silver lining for IG is coming into the day. They were tied with RNG and WE, but they had a +2 game difference. Both RNG and WE had negative game differences. So as long as one of those teams can also go down, the fact that IG after this will be at 0 might be the thing that saves them. Those earlier wins and how convincing some of them were, being able to take games off of series they were losing, could be what brings them across the finish line if someone like RNG drops the ball.
But let's be real, as IG teleport in on top of Bin, if IG go to playoffs, they're looking like a first-round dropout team. I'll be completely honest. Playoffs are a different beast, but this team has changed a lot where in Game 1, there's a lot of back and forth, but Game 2, slapped around by Shun a little bit. This team of BLG has been great in the 2v2 alone. Bin, as he stands here, he's got flash, he's got ulti available. On's coming in as well. The whole team is collapsing against the Kennen and a Nautilus. Run away! Bin, flash, ulti, you know it's coming up, so they turn instead. A good move, but the depth charge onto Dove makes it dangerous. A flash away from the dredge line, good too. That was Neny's shining light as Yagao might die to get in on the side. That'll even things up, but BLG still get vision in the bottom side, and it's still going to take a lot more than that from IG to get back into this one.
Still, BLG need to not let their foot off the gas. I don't know, you know, the difference in comms. Yagao pushing up so far on the top side while they're trying to make a play up down in bot. And it's weird decision making coming out from Yagao here. I don't know if they can pivot by the other members of BLG and let the call was to initially play towards that top side, but it ends up with the kill going over. That really shouldn't. Doesn't change where we're at with the game. BLG sole point, 7k gold up, even more items coming out with that black cleaver now being built by Shun. You definitely want to have any missteps that give IG any leeway back into the game.
Definitely not, because look, we've seen both teams willing to fight for it as well. And one little pick off, you know, BLG found the momentum in the last game through that great team fight around Baron. All it took was one, and as Gideon now runs into Fog of War yet again, he did this in the first game. He'll be shut back as well. He's trying to turn it around, but he just used Cyclone on Yagao. As he goes Golden Dove is now the target. Sonic Wave is Tarzan, excuse me. Shun this time on the Lee Sin. Picks up a double. 10-0 and 2 as IG turn for the 80 carry. Elk almost going down. He takes so much, but Arn is now reduced to nothing. Bin takes a 1v2 on Tarzan. Excuse me, I did it again. Shun comes back in. Kill number 11. I'm just so used to talking about Tarzan on Lee Sin as Wink runs for his life. BLG given more kills and 3
Baron's
dead
time.
of IG. Yeah, Baron's up.
Oh, they're actually not going to go for it with the fact that they don't have L. Maybe just not feeling confident that they have the DPS to be able to take this down fast enough with how short death timers are right now. You can already see Gideon and Dove making their way back up. So they will be able to take down mid-turret, get more gold there. They deny Raptors. And the pivot towards this Baron's coming. Will they start it? Nope. Just going to be make sure that they get down more vision and go for resets. Gonna go right into the replay. And IG wanted to try and find a pick on this Taliyah. But BLG, knowing that that's what the angle was, they have on waiting in that drive rush. Yagao doesn't go down. The amount of CC buys time for Shun to come in. He immediately gets the kill on Dove, able to follow up with the one on the Gideon. And then IG, knowing they want something in response, like perfect timing. They find 80 carry all by themselves, lock them up. They do manage to pick up the first one, but still, like, other members come in. We have item advantages across the sides of BLG, and then able to finish and wrap that one up. So with no Baron able to be picked up, they're just trying to control right now since what will be Soul for them. It's up in 1 minute.
Soul Infernal for this Tarzan Lee Sin. It's Shun Lee Sin. God damn it. I keep doing it. It's because earlier on we had Tarzan's Lee Sin, and I feel like the most dominant Lee Sin games have been from that man. Shun deserves respect though, right? He's a carrier BLG. I feel like when we came into the split, we looked towards this man quite a lot. Even though it's been Elk carrying in later portions of the game, Shun has been a great, like, little piece of allegiance you can, you know, salute to in the early part as Neny has to ult away because he's so scared of Shun right now. 2.5 items with the Black Cleaver running into that Randuin's third. It's a big deal right now that this Lee Sin is everywhere on the map. Look at him, Lyric. Assassin. He can't see anything, but he can feel the tremors.
He can. 11-0 and 2. He's huge right now and might even walk right into Gideon.
I mean, they're walking into him. Is that the right move? The kick there. Sonic Wave taken. The damage onto Arn's going to be huge, but it's interrupted. Great Cyclone and a dodge from Arn at the end. But Wink's dead. Bin now chasing up. 80 carry gets Sonic Wave and slapped to the face. Lyric now maybe Baron. I mean, Neny's just having a pretty rough second game as Yagao has to flash away. Dove might even die here as he distortions out, but Elk follows through. Meanwhile, Ben has killed Gideon. Dove
Can they
died.
just end? They can just end.
BLG. It is so easy for them.
I really can't believe they're turning on to Baron here. You have 30 seconds, I guess 15 seconds on 20 on Neny, but this definitely looked like an end game angle.
Really did.
Let's prolong the misery. I'm up for it. If they know that IG is a potential playoff team, you want to break the spirits here, so then when you face them, they remember this moment. We're gonna see how this all starts off. Shun managing to find his way on, but look at that knockup from Cyclone into Gravitum. He isn't able to pick it up. But on the opposite side of the fight, I guess more want us to see Elk soloing Neny, because he's just able to run him down with the Ghost and the Lightning Crash down coming out. Dove buying a lot of time, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter when you have an 80 carry that is in this mobile.
Yeah. 30 kills in 24 minutes. We have again gone for the bloodthirsty taste as IG want to stop this Infernal Soul, but they are down over 10,000 gold at 25 minutes into the game. This would be more than a miracle as Dove is doing not much. What on this LeBlanc? Dangerous as always. He doesn't flash, but he gets out with a cheeky distortion. Neny's tagged on the back end, and Gideon now hopes for a flank, a position into the back of this dragon. Bin's in base though. Guys, Bin's ending! TT is sitting there, yes, yes they shout. They get playoffs with a win here. IG want playoffs themselves, but no one's backing. IG, hello! Hello! Knock, knock, who's there? It's TT going to playoffs, baby, that's who. As IG, that was just sad. I don't know what you're doing here, but you've given the game up. You might even lose playoffs over this, but BLG and TT are going to be tied after this one. As Yagao just sits there, he's laughing at this point. TT, salute you, BLG, as they secure playoffs. And BLG move up to 10 with the big boys.
The only thing I can think of is by the time that they're there at the Dragon, in their mind, they're like, well, we're already all here. We have no TP, so we'd have to full-on commit 2 resets. They're just going to be able to cancel those right away. You know, throw hands up in the air, go for the fight, and, you know, hope for the best. We've probably already lost the game anyway. Because, yeah, that was a bit questionable that we didn't even see them try to get away and reset. But good on BLG. This does help them, right? Trying to make their way up to 10-5. They want to be able to take that 4th place spot away from